June 30th, 2013. People stream into Cairo's Tahrir Square and across Egypt, calling for the country's first democratically elected leader to step aside. 3 days later, the military removes Mohammed Morsi, legitimized by this potent display of people power.
20 million Egyptians came out all over Egypt and demanded the departure of Mr. Morsi.
You've got 70 million people out on the street. It means there's a huge popular protest.
Yesterday across Egypt, close to 20 million Egyptians.
And we have all seen and talked a great deal about the 22 million people.
I mean, you have 30 million people in the streets of Cairo. This is half of the Egyptian population.
From 14 to more than 30 million people. But were the protests really that big? Remarkably, neither the military nor the Interior Ministry ever gave an official statement on numbers. Sources quoted in the media were unnamed. A month after Egypt's coup, scrutiny is now catching up with those claims, according to one of the world's leading authorities on the subject.
I have observed and recorded political gatherings since the 1960s, hundreds of them. Look, it's a very simple middle school arithmetic problem. The three variables are the carrying capacity of the space where people could assemble. Second, what proportion of the space is occupied by the people who are assembled. And third, what is the density of the occupation? My estimation of the size of those gatherings in 2011 was in the neighborhood of 250,000, possibly of 500,000. Tahrir Square itself cannot conceivably, to me, accommodate 1 million people, let alone 33 million.
Even internet giant Google felt compelled to distance itself. All statistics attributed to Google, either regarding the June 30th rallies or the protesters who supported President Mohammed Morsi, are not true. Some Egyptians have felt the need to test the numbers too.
When I meet with too many Egyptian people, I got shocked. They believe all these numbers, and it became like a fact for them. They don't question it.
Amjad al-Munzir set out his assessment of crowd sizes in Tahrir Square in a video posted on the 11th of July. It's already racked up almost 400,000 hits. Similar to McPhail, he came up with a figure of 200,000 people, maybe as much as 400,000. We asked him if the figures of 40 million plus might reflect protest numbers right across the country, but he says the numbers still don't stack up. Comparing the population of Greater Cairo, which he put at 22 million, with the combined population of the main protest centres and accounting for protest areas smaller than Tahrir Square, he calculated around 600,000 protesters outside Cairo. That comes to about 1 million people protesting across Egypt on the 30th of June, maybe 500,000 more than that at most, but nothing like the 14 to 30 million claimed.
The gap is huge, and this is the message that we would like to deliver to people. We should not rely on the number of people that's being claimed by the media or by the people in power.
He says all sides of Egypt's political spectrum have fallen foul of exaggerated figures. Pro-Morsi supporters initially put their numbers around the Rabaa al-Adawiya Mosque and Cairo University in the millions, he says. But by his assessment, the area accommodates little more than 350,000. He describes it as a numbers game.
It's a relative issue, and if you consider what's in Tahrir Square, 33 million, it makes a lot of sense that the people in Rabaa al-Adawiya would consider themselves like, let's say, 25 million. And both, of course, are wrong.
So experts show there are better ways of estimating a crowd, but precision may not be the most important consideration when powerful forces are looking for political cover.